Years ago, the Assyrians, the people from that wicked, awful city of Nineveh, they stormed our country, invaded our beautiful Israel. They smashed our temples. They burned down our homes. They killed thousands of us. And they took thousands more away into slavery. People of Assyria, the people of Nineveh. They killed my wife right in front of me. 3 of the Assyrians broke into my home. 2 of them held me down, while the 3rd one violated her right in front of me, and then strangled her to death. And there was nothing I could do. They took everything I had, except for my son Jonah. And that's why I have raised my son these 25 years to hate Assyria, to hate the people of Nineveh. That horrible city of corruption and filth. I've never been there. I don't want to go. It's the capital of the worst country on earth. The Assyrians, the people of Nineveh, they're evil. They took everything I had. Killed my wife right in front of me. So I have told Jonah every day of his life. Assyria, Nineveh, evil. They are monsters. No good can come from them. They don't deserve God's mercy. God, Adonai, you have got to be kidding, right? You want me, Jonah, Amittai's son, to go to Nineveh and preach to the people of Assyria, the people of Nineveh? You're funny. You're a very funny God. Or crazy. Or sick. You know my dad, right? Amittai. He hates the Assyrians. They destroyed our country. They raped and killed my mother. I won't go. I can't go, you can't make me. I have free will, right? I'm not going. I won't do that to my father. It would break his heart for me to go to Nineveh and preach to those people. Because you know what'll happen if I preach to the people of Nineveh? What if, I can't imagine this would happen, but what if they repented If I preach to them and I say, God's really angry with you, God's going to destroy you, people of Nineveh, and then the people of Nineveh say, oh, we're sorry, we repent. You know what'll happen, God? You know what'll happen. You'll feel sorry for them. And then you'll forgive them. Because that's what you do. You're a forgiving God. And if I preach to the people of Nineveh, and I warn them that you're angry with them, they might, I can't imagine, but they might change their minds, repent, and then you cut them a break. And I don't want you to cut them a break. I don't want you to show them any mercy, because they don't deserve it. The people of Nineveh don't deserve mercy. They took everything we have. I don't want you, Lord, Adonai, cutting them a break. I couldn't do that to my father. So I'm not going. You can't make me. I'll run away. You won't be able to find me. You won't be able to get me. I'm going to run off to Tarshish. I heard that nobody knows where Tarshish is. I'll bet even he doesn't know where Tarshish is. So I'm going to get on a little boat, and I'm going to go off to Tarshish, and God won't find me, and then I can't go to Nineveh and preach to the stupid Ninevites. Well, that didn't work out at all. Yeah. Inside a giant fish. Okay. Remember when I was saying, oh, I'm going to run away and I'm going to outsmart God, and oh, God's so stupid and I'm so smart and he'll never find me in Tarshish. Oh. Well, that didn't work. Not the sharpest. Not the sharpest. I never was very bright. Dad always said. Okay, here's what happened. I went down to Joppa, and I found a boat that was going to Tarshish, and I got on the boat, and I thought, ha ha ha, I'm fooling God, and now I'm going to outwit God, and everything's going to be great. And so this storm started up, right? Because of course I wasn't fooling God at all. God knew exactly where I was, and God's the most powerful being in the universe, and he sent a storm to stop me from going to Tarshish. Should have known. It didn't even occur to me that might happen. And so this storm starts up, and it was bad. I don't know if you've ever been on a storm at sea, but wow, it was very scary. The sky completely black, and the ships being blown about. It was awful. For the beginning of the storm, you know where I, the great all-knowing prophet, was? I was down below in the hold of the ship taking a nap. Well, the captain comes down and he shakes me and wakes me up. He says, what are you doing sleeping? There's a storm going on out here. Pray to your God. Maybe your God will save us. We're all praying to our gods up here. Get up here and help. So I rush up deck. People are throwing stuff overboard. The wind's howling. Lightning's flashing everywhere. Rain's pounding on all of us. All the sailors are running around. They're clutching to the statues of their gods, praying to their gods, hoping that their gods will save them. But I know that that's not going to work. But they don't know that. So they're running around and everything's crazy. And then I see the captain and one of the sailors talking and pointing at me. And I think, oh, here we go. And the captain runs over to me and he says, the guys here did some divination and they figured out that you are the reason for this storm. Yikes. I knew I was in trouble. God had caught me, of course. I said, I'm a Hebrew, my God is Adonai, and I'm running away from him. And the captain said, that's brilliant. That's really great. That's really smart, trying to run away from your God. and now because of an idiot, we're all going to die out here at sea. Well, I knew what I had to do. You ever know you have to do something and you don't want to do it? But I thought of it, and I said, if you throw me overboard, the storm will stop. Now, I don't know how to swim, and there's a storm going on, but I knew that was the solution. I said, if you throw me overboard, the storm will stop. And at first the captain said, oh, I can't do that. You're one of mine. Even though you're a moron, I got to look out for you. So they're throwing everything else overboard. And the captain orders everybody to start praying to my God, because my God seems to be the one who can make things happen. So they all throw their idols into the water, and they're all praying to Adonai, throwing everything they could find overboard, and the storm's getting worse. The wind is just picking up. The lightning almost hits our ship. And I'm thinking, this just isn't going to work. So I finally yelled to the captain, I'm going over! And he said, no, you're not! And I said, yes, I am! And I threw myself overboard. Scary. And down into the water. Water all around me. Up above, completely surrounded. My lungs are bursting. And I'm thinking, this is it. And then, off in the distance, a large black mass coming towards me. Da-da, da-da. This huge fish, and he opens his big mouth, and I can feel him sucking me in, and I think, oh my gosh, I'm going to get swallowed by this thing. The mouth closes around me, complete darkness, and it's slimy. Have you ever been inside a giant mouth? It's really slimy, really gross. And I'm sliding into the back of the throat. I think he's going to swallow me. And I can feel the muscles of the throat all around me, pushing me downward. Then I'm in the esophagus. There's a little bit of air in there so I can breathe, but it's really hot and stuffy and smells. And the muscles of the esophagus are pushing me down. They're all slimy and squirmy, pushing me down. Oh, I gagged. It was nasty. Down the slimy, dark esophagus, and finally, plop. And I know where I am. I'm inside the stomach of a giant fish. It was a bad day. Up to my chest in all kinds of fluids. I mean, I don't even want to know what was in there. Up to my chest in stinking, disgusting fluids sitting inside the stomach, and that's where I am now. I've been in here for 3 days, feeling the fish moving through the water. Nothing to eat, nothing to drink. Can't sleep. Up to my chest in disgusting, I just don't want to know. Okay, Adonai, you win. You were right, I was wrong. Again, please forgive me. Please get me out of this. Please save me from this. And I know you will, because you are a God of mercy. You've been there before, you'll be there again. So thank you in advance. Please help. Thank you. Please.